again, leadership of self is still my topic because it is the first step to everything else. And I, Dr. Natalie Forest from Natalie Forest International, want you to have all that you desire. I would love for you to really live the life that you deserve and that you're here to live. And it all starts, as I said before, with leadership of self. Now, I've gotten a lot of calls, a lot of emails in regards to the previous section, video, where I was talking about leadership of self really starts here and that you are the CEO of your business. Now, for those of you who actually do own a business, like many of my clients, of course, if you have a business, then it's even easier to understand how leadership of self directly influences leadership of business, how it shows up directly. So one of the examples that I like to use is a very simple one. How organized are you in your personal life? Now, don't get me wrong, I'm a visionary as well as a business consultant. So I have both sides to me as well. I'm very creative, don't get me wrong. And creativity, in my instance, shows up on my desk. People don't know where to find what, but I do. So to me, it's organized. But when I talk about how organized is your life, I'm talking about, are there certain times where you make time for yourself, leadership of self? Are there certain times that you have carved out for family or friends, leadership of self? Are there times that you have coffee or have lunch? And how are you with keeping and making appointments? Are they last minute things that you come up with, or do you schedule them out? Now, I do believe that we have to have some kind of organization. Within that organization, there's always room for flexibility. But how do you lead that part of your life really directly shows up in the way that you lead your business. Last time I said that can also be your life, right? So do you make time for yourself? Do you make time for family and friends or not? And if you don't carve out that time, you don't have it in your calendar, then how do you anticipate it happening, right? I mean, sometimes you're lucky you pick up the phone, you say, hey, you want to hang out today? And it works. But a lot of times on the other end, it's like, well, I'd love to, but, have some plans. There's that word, plans. Plan means organized. A business, even though it's creative and visionary, does need a plan. It starts with a business plan. But you want to plan out a week, a month, 3 months ahead, because once you put it down, you can work towards it. You can lead yourself towards that. So how do you make appointments? Yes, there are some doctor's appointments. You wake up, you feel bad, you just need to go in. That's the flexibility. But other than that, do you do your annual checkup? If you work with clients, do you have them scheduled at certain times? Or can they cancel whenever they want? Do you cancel whenever you want? Do you just call them up and say, hey, we haven't had a call this week, let's talk tomorrow? If it's always on a whim, where are you leading? That's the question. So the way that you lead yourself, making time for yourself, making time for family, setting up appointments, setting up your social media interactions, knowing that there has to be some flexibility, but you have to put it down. That's exactly going to show up in your business. How you lead your life, how you lead yourself. How you lead yourself, how you lead your life, for some of us that's the business, how you lead a business. All of those are directly interconnected. So for example, I'm not very good I didn't used to be very good, let me correct that, and necessarily taking care of myself. That's something that most servant leaders deal with, right? You know, how often do we get a massage? How often do we, whatever it may be. And it doesn't have to be massage. It can be just, you know, doing yoga in the mornings or having a cup of coffee. How often do we take time for ourselves? But many of us who are coaches, consultants, advisors, we tell those that we work with and those that we love to make that time. I mean, how often do I have that conversation with my husband where I say, you know, just go out and do it? And, you know, sometimes he actually goes out and does that. But I have to push him because he's also a servant leader. And then in turn, he has to push me. But I've gotten much better. I've got it scheduled. I know, you know, once a month, and I just did this thing. I just signed up for a membership so that I know once a month I have to do that. I'm planning that. Because then I'm in integrity. I understand leadership of self is important. So when I talk to my clients, when I talk to my loved ones, I can say, I'm in integrity. I understand the issue at hand. I may not have mastered it yet, but I understand it. And therefore, I'm working with you for you to also benefit from it. So I'm leading myself. I'm leading my life, and I'm leading my business. So that in my business, the integrity is obvious. Not just because I do it in the business world, but let's face it, we're all public servants. That means you know whether or not I show up the same way at home or with my friends. It's obvious. So I'm in integrity. Leadership of self. Let that be a guiding theme. And make sure that with leadership of self, you understand the importance of a support network. Because there will be doubt. We are human. I said that the first time I mentioned leadership of self. I mentioned that last time. I mentioned again. We are human. Doubt will come up. How do we eliminate that doubt? With a support system. Because you lead yourself. So think about that. You can have your life, your business, your way. But it all starts with you. It all starts with you leading yourself in integrity, in full alignment with your purpose, and authentically you. Lead yourself. Lead your life. Lead your business. And you will have or create a success revolution. Thank you so much for listening. We'll change topics now, but feel free to connect with me because I love to answer your questions. Thanks and have a revolutionary day. See you around.